Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this video, I just want to make some very clear stated clarifications. Now, I'm very serious with this topic, and this just goes to every single supporter out there who watches me. I have people saying things like, you're not a real targeted individual. You don't show enough evidence. You don't show us what you go through every single time. Now, I have something to very clearly state. I have enough gaslighting on a day-to-day basis as it is already. I've been gaslighted ever since I was a little child by narcissistic parents, by my own family, by the educational system telling me that I was flawed, that I needed to be less of myself, less sensitive, talk less because I always speak the truth. And I just want to say that it's getting to the point where enough is enough. You guys come on my channel to hear me share my testimonies, hear me be vulnerable. As it is, it's not easy to be vulnerable in public in front of other people because I was always oppressed from being my true self. Now, I have something to say. Supporters who once supported me, who would watch my YouTube channel, why are you guys switching up? You guys say that you guys are all for God, but yet you're turning against one of his child. Now, I'm not perfect by any means. I never claim to be perfect when I come on here. I struggle with anger, and I struggle with frustration, and I have days where I just need to vent and I just need an outlet, and I need to learn how to deal with my emotions. But I'm not perfect. I'm still trying to walk that righteous path. But I have something to say. No one is perfect. As long as I might have pure intentions, good intentions to be helpful on this channel, that's all that should matter. But if you feel like this channel is not helping you, it's actually, you don't feel like you can trust me, then that's okay. I respect your emotions. I respect anyone who feels, like against me. Like, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I will say this. Don't pretend to support me. Don't pretend to act like you really have my best interests, like you care for me, and then you automatically just one day decide to just go against me, to think otherwise, to let someone else easily brainwash you, let someone else easily convince you of something that I'm not, just because someone else has said something else about me. We do understand that being a targeted individual, people are always going to discredit who we are. They're always going to want us to paint us out in a very bad image and a very negative spotlight. So I'm being very truthful, and I'm done explaining myself. I've had back and forth disputes with certain people where I had to say I am a targeted individual, and why are you telling me this? And they're like, you're not, you're going straight to hell. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you telling me? Why are you condemning me about who I am as a person? And then the next day you want to switch the tactics up. So these people are confused. They're confused about who I am, and they're confused about who they are. In reality, they're confused about who they are, whether they like me or they dislike me. But you can't be in the middle with me, because then that leaves me thinking that maybe I can't either. I have to remove you because I don't like people who are in the middle ground. And I'm being very honest. I'm very blunt and transparent. I don't want anyone to be in the middle with me. You either support me or you don't. But there's no in between. Because when it's real love, we don't play both sides. We're all in love, or all full of love, or we're lacking. Now, I stated clear boundaries already. I said, if you don't believe me, then that's fine. I respect that. I respect your perception of me, because it's not who I really am. You know, some people are only going to want to see the negative in you, no matter what. No matter how much you try to explain yourself, no matter how much you try to show them who you are as a person. So, I'm not lying, you guys. When I started making my YouTube channel, I was explaining everything that I went through from high school. It wasn't just because, oh, they're just people who just can't fit in society. They just can't fit in. I wasn't born to fit in. It's not that I just wasn't born to fit in. The spirit that I have is love, it's truthfulness, it's light, it's compassion and love and light. Other people who are filled with darkness, they're not going to like me, because our spirits they're not equally yoked. So yeah. Where did I leave my charm? Oh, hold on. What do you mean, Will? Like, be truthful. If you don't like me, then don't bother even um showing up on my channel. When we don't like someone, we don't need to waste time. We don't need to waste time. We don't need to be hateful and spread negativity towards someone else's channel. Cuz when I go on a channel, I see whether I can relate. If I resonate with their message that they're trying to share, or the message that they're trying to help people. People do the best that they can. Like, I don't have all the answers. Only God has all the answers for you, cuz every person's different, you know? And every person's situation is also different. But the targeting individual program is the same exact thing that we all go through. It's the same tactics, it's the same manipulation, it's the same intimidation, harassment, spying, stalking, phone hacking. What else? Street theaters, noise campaigns, black bag jobs, briding. I know all this information because I'm experiencing it. I don't have it in me to be on the opposite side. You know? So, and I do my best. I do my best to show what I'm going through. But I can't be trying to put too much energy into proving who I am, and then dealing with the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. I need to balance the energy, because if not, I get all over the place. So, so yeah, sometimes I take certain days off just because it's too much, you know? And the reason why I don't have so much evidence is because I don't even know how to gather evidence the right way. You know, I struggle with writing everything writing everything that happens to me because I don't really I'm not doing the right I'm not really organized with how I should um gather gathered information, things that I go through. Like things will happen and I'm just shocked and then I let it go and then that's it. But but yeah. And I tried last time I tried to upload a video on my YouTube channel and it gets black. The whole screen just turns black. Like I do my best to help to spread awareness on the things that I go through, but I also give a lot of negative information and I mean negative comments. And it's hard for me to deal with that too. So so yeah. So I think about it like should I or shouldn't I cuz I don't know what kind of reaction I'm going to get. I don't know, you know, if someone's going to tell me like you're making it up or, you know, it's just people wearing red. It has nothing to do with you. Like, are you serious? And I'm just like, are you not seeing like what I'm going through? It's subtle. They do it very covertly. It's also very difficult to prove what you're going through because it's done in a very way where people would be like, well, everyone coughs. Well, everyone you know, everyone goes like everyone rings their keychains and stuff like that to I mean, we get it because that's sensitization. That's a tactic that they use to sensitize us to make us more sensitive to certain sounds, to certain colors, to certain patterns, to certain um you know, items and stuff like that. But I'm being truthful. I'm not gonna come on here and lie to you guys and why would I do something like that? That wouldn't sit well with my spirit and with everything that I've built on this channel. I didn't build this channel off of hate. I didn't build this channel with bad intentions, with hidden ulterior motives. And the reason my channel blew up, I don't even know why. I don't have the answer for that. I wasn't the one who bought all these subscribers. I wasn't the one who expected that to happen. It just happened coincidentally, but um I didn't do anything to make my channel um have more followers. You know, when I started my YouTube channel, that's when I barely had noticed what was going on. I was being gang stalked by a lot of cars who were driving around like that. I posted certain videos about it and people were just saying, they're just driving, you know, like what do you mean? Like they're not doing anything to you. They're just driving. They're trying to get somewhere. And I was saying to myself, no, like I'm seeing things the way that I've been sensitized to see it. You know, I've been targeted since birth. I'm telling you guys, I was raised by two narcissistic parents. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself because I sound like a record. I don't want to sound like a record either. I don't want to sound like an old record just constantly saying the same thing over and over again. You know? Cause then there's no growth in that. I think those who have been supporting me since the beginning should already know what kind of person I am because of what you guys have seen. And I think that the evidence that I've shown so far, it's it's very strong and evidence that I've shown on my channel. I've shown the damaged properties. I've shown the gang stalking when they walk. I've shown the Mickey Mouse. If you guys haven't seen that video, that's very clearly what it is. Mimicking, you know, doing the same exact thing that I do when I go out for walks with my backpack. I've shown the color sensitization. I've shown the car sensitization, the red cars as well. Is that not the reality of what it really is? Those those videos are truth. I've shown the grocery one where they remove and only put one item on the shelf that you buy, and and they just do that. Like, come on, like, what do you want me to show? Like, I don't know. You know, even in restaurants, they do the same exact thing. They put a table right in front of you and a bunch of a bunch of you know, those carts that you can move around. Like, I go through this, you guys. I go through this every single day. And I get frustrated cuz it's like no one hears me. Well, that's how I feel, you know. And it's not a good feeling when you feel like you're unheard. Like no one's validating you. Like, so yeah. You know, but I also don't want to share too much evidence because I don't want my channel to be taken away from me. You guys understand that as well, right? Because then there's gonna be no more YouTube channel. There's no more. So I'm also gonna be mindful of what I decide to post. But I'm really doing my best to help. You know, but sometimes I need to get myself in a good state as well. I mean, especially right now, the attacks are getting um, a lot more stronger than before. If you guys haven't realized how strong the attacks are on God's chosen ones. You know, but it hurts. Like, it hurts when I go to the comments and I read, and, you know, it was like support, and then all of a sudden it's like, I don't believe anything you say. Like, I mean, it's not new to me. Like, I've gone through a lot of betrayal. It's not something that I'm familiar with. I know how that whole thing goes. And plus, sometimes I can't even upload certain videos as well. You know, sometimes it's it's not possible for me to do that because they get deleted, they get removed off my camera roll, and I have to start all over again. Or they drain my battery, and I don't have enough to record because my battery just easily gets drained. You see how people just lie? Like, there's so much hate in the world. There's so much darkness. There's already so much of it. This chat is supposed to bring light. It's supposed to bring love. It's not supposed to bring division. Cause this is a channel where we're supposed to represent love. We're supposed to represent the truth. This is to bring chosen ones, people who actually go through persecution on 24/7 day-to-day basis. It's to bring unity, to bring understanding, and to bring solutions, and to bring not like you're not alone, like you're like you have someone else there supporting you, going through the same things that you're going through. And I share because I'm going through it, and if anyone else has gone through it, they can relate to it. And they don't feel like they're losing, they're losing control, they're losing their mind and stuff like that. That's crazy. So that's all I wanted to just state for this channel. Because now that I finally said how I feel, anyone who brings hate, negativity, you're automatically just gonna get blocked. You're automatically just gonna get banned. And it's not because I just, you know, because my way is the highway. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that like No, I'm always right and everyone who disagrees is wrong. I'm not, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. But if it's going to bring um, conflict, it's going to bring negativity, confusion, the spirit of confusion, the spirit of lukewarm people, then this channel is not for you. And don't bring that energy into here. There's already enough of the confusion. There's already enough of deception out in the world. There's already enough of of that. I'm not about that. I'm not about that type of life. So, mm-mm. But yeah, I want to make sure that moving forward we can create a better a better environment, a better place. Like I said, this channel is to bring light and truth. And not to bring hate, not to bring division. I mess up, I'm not perfect, I'm working on that. I've had a couple of people tell me my truths on here, and I appreciate them for telling my truth, because I was in a certain time in the spirit of religion, like very intense, and I had to break out of that, because that's not good. And it's okay to judge these perps, because let me explain something. It's righteous judgment. And I judge myself as it is. I work on myself day to day. I clean myself up. I try my best to, do right. So I'm doing it from a righteous standpoint. I'm grounded, humbled. And I get angry because of it. But that's not right. I have to work on that. It's no excuse. Um but yeah, there's a couple of things like that. But if the truth will sound like it's negative to a lot of people. Lies will sound like it's sweet and it's convincing and it's it makes you feel good about yourself. It's like an ego boost. Yeah, deception is it's very high. But I want to help you guys. Um, what do you call? I want to help you guys pinpoint deception when you see it. I've been working on making videos on that, like love bombing. I'm gonna go into the whole psychology also. I'm gonna touch into psychology type of concepts because that's used a lot. Like they have their sneaky intelligent ways. Some of them are intelligent. Like narcissists are high. they're good at deceiving. Yeah, narcissists, psychopaths, witches, they're good at deceiving people. But we need to be in the spirit. We need to see people in the spirit, not in the flesh. We need to kill the flesh. Also, sweet words, that's another thing. Sweet words. That's part of love bombing. Flattery is not a compliment, and I'm gonna explain to you guys why flattery is not. It's not a compliment. Imitation is not admiration. Imitation can turn into envy. Imitation can quickly turn into hate. Competition is not. It's not from God, you guys. It's just not. So, and cutting energy vampires as well. No one's perfect. Uh-uh. No one's perfect. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not perfect either. I'm not perfect either, but I just want to, you know, explain, clarify if there's any misunderstandings because I care. That's why I want to make things clear. No, God's guidance. I wouldn't do stuff like that. You see, um, God's guidance. I've been trying my best to block you, but I don't even know how to block you. But I've had enough, you know. We've had very strong disagreements in the past, and you know, that's enough. Enough is enough. I'm tired. You know, if you don't believe me, if you disagree with me, if I'm from Satan, then don't why are you bothering even getting close to Satan? You know, if I'm horrible, I'm bad, I'm condemn me. You know, all you want, condemn me. But don't come on here saying that you're from the Holy Spirit trying to lie on things that I've never even done and that I would never do. Until you've seen it with your eyes, until you actually seen me do stuff like that, then prove it as a fact. But your opinions are not facts. Yeah, I don't know how to remove God's guidance off of my channel. Because what you're doing is you're taking my peace. You know? And I don't know if that sounds selfish, but you're really taking my peace of mind. Yeah, I've always been told I'm very sensitive as well. What's this energy? You know, and you know, the words that people speak, it just shows where your heart is at as well, like I said. Like, it's okay to question things. It's okay to question things. But when you condemn, that's a whole nother story. But it's definitely okay to question me, to, question certain things. I don't mind that at all. How one feels may be different from facts or truths. Hold on. Just getting my stuff ready because I'm gonna head out. To go print some more stuff for videos to make topics and stuff like that. I'm working on ow, 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 ow. I'm working on making new videos for you guys, so they're gonna be helpful. And I just need to organize it a little bit more. Feeling targeted. I think it's good to pay attention to the signs in the skies for energy shifts. I've never been to a criminal broken the law. They continue to set me up their stories before this. Yeah, that's part of the entrapment that they do. Yeah, they try to set you up. They've done that to me too. You know, I've gone through that as well as you have. For me, what they did was they gave me a leasing violation. They gave me a leasing violation with $600 charge that I have to pay for supposedly harassing, which that's not, I've never do something like that. You know, they flipped the script around, made me look like the bad person. And same thing with my job. You know, when I left the job, they were like, okay, you don't want to help, then that means that I'm gonna write you up for, I don't know, something. I forgot what it was. But it was because the worker at the workplace, it was workplace mobbing. Um, so I had to pay a $600 fine. Thank you for the contribution. If you fit in heaven, wait, if you fit in the world, how can you fit in heaven? And this is not our home. Exactly. It has been a mess. My doctor was even fake coughing at me the other day. I believe that, yeah. Even doctors are part of it as well. They'll try to rip you off. And they won't even help. They don't offer any help. They really don't. Um, yeah. It's because they dehumanize. They dehumanize us. That's what I've noticed. The person I was living with would they dehumanize you. But don't take anything what they do personal. That's their reality. Don't don't take on their reality. Don't make it yours. That's what we have to do. Understand that that's their distorted reality. But you are you are in the truth. God's guidance. I don't know what you're trying to prove. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you expect me to do. Do you want me to do something? What do you want me to do? That's what I don't understand about you always coming in my chat. Is there something you want from me that you always have to come like that at me? I'm serious. I'm very fed up with you. I'm so fed up with you. Other people like you, but I can't stand you. I just wish you would just leave. You just leave, Golden. God's guidance. I would wish you would just leave. Leave me alone. Just leave. You're unwelcomed. You do nothing but cause division. No, you're not unwelcome. No, it's just the people who put, you know, speak evil into my life. That's what you're technically doing. You don't understand that your words are curses. You're cursing me. Because you're planting seeds of evil into my mind. That's not good. Because last time he just couldn't stop. He couldn't stop arguing. It was just over and over again. And I changed the subject and it was continuously over and over again. The same exact thing. Can you respond to my super chat? I enjoy your wisdom. Yes. Thank you for your contribution, Joseph Lennox. Yeah, I can respond if you have any questions. Yeah, I'm gonna work on making lives shorter because last night there was a lot of trolls. I haven't really been myself lately too. My emotions have been. My computer's not working. Why do they make us majority of women too? I don't know, but I can't relate to you, Quinn. But I hope you repent for being a gang stalker. I hope you get out because the the end times are already coming soon, so it's best to do what's right. Peter's so slow. I first have a completely wrong concept about who I am and why I do things. They say that I'm a total one who deserves everything he gets. Don't pay them any mind. Don't let their whatever they think about you, don't let that become your reality. You know? You have to be very strong with who you are. And understand that their perception of you is not true. And you're the one who if you say I'm a good person, you believe that you're a good person. No matter how many people tell you you're bad, don't believe it because it's not the truth. And the other thing is to understand is that it's an injustice. Understand that you're not in the wrong, that you don't have to make yourself feel like you did something wrong when you didn't. Don't take on that emotion, don't take on their emotions, don't take on that baggage that they want to give to you, bring your way. Learn how to say that's their emotion and that has nothing to do with me. Their behavior has everything to do with them because they're behaving in a very cruel, sadistic way that is not godly at all. Yeah, don't give in. That's what they want. That's when they win. When they get you to believe in their false narrative that they want you to fall for. They're going to rewrite your narrative. They want to do that to you. You have to be able to have a very strong sense of reality and sense of self because they will try to do that. Rewrite it for you. Get you to think, did that really happen or am I exaggerating? They'll try to minimize what you're going through. So I'm gonna make a lot more videos on stuff like that, on solutions. I hope I can do a good time. I hope I could do the best that I can, my ability to explain it. Yeah, guard your heart, Juan Diaz. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Because you don't want to connect with certain spirits. You don't want to attach. You don't want to allow their spirit to attach to your spirit. And gray rock them. I'm gonna really show you guys things that help. Gray rocking is a tactic where you become what do you call it? Less reactive. And they're see what kind of fruits they bear. Not materialistic, not worldly things. That's not the fruits that they bear. The fruits of God. What are they? And then see if they have those. And remember that there's self-destructive. They're self-destructive. Then you have people who are builders. It's okay to get angry, but we have to we have to work on not allowing it to consume us. And to not be so reactive, because that can um make us, not think straight. They won't allow me to block. That's strange. I can't go on his channel. I think he blocked me, but how does that work? Hold on. And don't show fear that you fear them. They feed off of it. Look them straight in their eye and tell them who has the authority. You have the authority. Remember that. I don't know how to do this. I can't block him. Not to promote a channel, but Mike from around the world centers me like no other. I'll definitely look into his channel. The ones that really help is New Breed. He's the number one. He really does it from a really good place in his heart. No, I'm not related to Og Tellis. Mm-mm. I also um I also suggest you guys watch Chosen to Be Great. He gives you guys a lot of you know, a lot of discernment. Don't fall for their trap. Things like that. Don't take them back. He helps a lot. Yeah, I think he blocked me from my channel, and that's why I can't access his channel. Very smart, Um, very smart in doing that. He doesn't like me, he doesn't support me, but yet he won't allow me to block him. But I don't know what spirit he has, I don't know if it's like jealousy, I don't know what um what intention he has towards doing what he does. And I'm very honest with that. But it needs to stop. I have no clue how to. Hi. My super chat is the one in green. You never. Oh, it's because I didn't see it. I don't know how super chats work. I was like, my bad. I really don't. I don't really understand super chats. But you can still ask me. I'll still respond. We are not to put a time on things. Mm-mm. No. Your channel setting. Mm-hmm. Think wolf in sheep's clothing. It's the verse for him, Adriana. He puffed up. Understand what's going on. Just a few real humans exist. That's why gang stalking is necessary for them. They hate real people. They want AI people. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Speaking facts. Yeah. That's exactly. They have a very. They have a cabal agenda. The cabal. The New World Order. All that. Mm-hmm. But you know what, you guys? These people who have um stolen from our life, like the things that they've done, they owe us big time. That's what I think. They owe us big time. Sometimes it's inheritance money, I've heard. It can be your bloodline. They trace your bloodline all to see. They've been studying human beings from the beginning of time. This whole programming has been happening for a long time. You know, like that's why parents are programmed, grandparents are programmed, get married, work, this and that. The what life is supposed to be. But then we have chosen ones who are like, there's more to life. There's something else that I'm being drawn into. Like there's something more that I have to do. You know, and that's a spiritual concept. But yeah, they've been this has been already set up since the beginning. It's something that has been prepared. You see, I'm not really good at explaining myself at times. Hmm. Love thy neighbor. Hmm. Yeah, we're taught to love, but we can also love from a distance. I'm a high believer in that. Some people are just not are not right in their heart. They're not right. Their heart is not right towards you as well. Um, they're not right with God. So, yeah, there's definitely you need to protect yourself. And you need to know who is who. But yeah, I can't block him, you guys. He's gonna keep going on my channel and starting problems. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm trying to do something different in my channel where I'm just gonna, we're in times where we don't need that, we do not need that. I mean, we don't need that type of energy and spirit. I'm guessing he's probably attracted to my spirit, but there's a part of him that's not right. But I don't want to talk too much about him because, you know, I sound bad too, focusing on the negative. I don't know him personally, so I can't say much, but from what I've felt, not good. Um, with forgiveness, they know not what they do. It's because I can't find his channel. I've googled it. I've tried. Nothing. It's like it can't find it. Yeah, I know it's hard. I know I'm judging. That's why I'm like, I caught myself. I was like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Yeah, I'm not gonna put him in the spot like that. It's not right. But yeah, I have to work on myself too. I've allowed certain negative energy to stick to me. I need to cut it off. Like the things I go through, they change me. They've changed me, but I don't want to change for the worse. Oh no. We're all sinners. Been under attack since I got this broadcast. My phone literally took over itself. I've been under attack since I got this broadcast. I'm a mess. Any offense I caused, I apologize. My phone literally took over itself. No, you're fine. I forgive you. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna end this live. I'm gonna cut it short right now. So there's a couple of things I gotta get done. But thank you guys for hearing me out. And I hope that this message helped. Alright, you guys. Alright, everyone.